So I'm with GPS Track It, like Harry mentioned. What we're going to kind of cover here today is our simply powerful video solution, which we've branded VidFleet. Now, a little bit of company background of who you'd be working with. GPS Track has been in business going on 20 years now, so longevity in this industry for sure. 150,000 active units, over 12,000 clients are currently signed up with us, and great reviews via Capterra and Shopper approved at a 4.9 rating for our service. All right, so we'll do a little bit of did you know. So I pull up these stats here, especially for Class 7, Class 8. 71% of large crashes are caused by distracted driving. That's some of the things we're going to cover today. Another 23% of accidents are caused by conditions of speeding too fast. And then truck crashes, injuries can cost up to $200,000 or more. A fatality incident up to $3 million per incident. So what we're looking to do here with our solution is curb these type of activities that can cause these issues. So we call it our 3 Ps here. So first and foremost is prevention. How do we prevent these things from happening in the first place? What can we predict? How can we coach drivers in cab? The protection angle. Once an incident does occur, what type of proof do we have at who's at fault? This is where we're starting into reducing fraud, reducing claims. So you have the proof and evidence that you guys need as a business. And then the performance angle. So as companies institute dash cams within their fleet, drivers become more accustomed to them. It's a psychological change, and it brings a more cognizant reality for the drivers and how they're operating your vehicles. And so that will lead right back and circle back to that prevention piece for your business. So let's get into that a little bit. So prevention, how do we do that? So some stats here. We've seen dash cams help fleet drivers reduce their collision rate up to 50%. Part of that is this in-cab coaching that we can offer. So what we do with that is real-time audible in-cab coaching for different events like hard braking, rapid acceleration, aggressive turns, depending on the package options that you can get with GPS Track It. We also have external ADAS for things like close follow, tailgating, forward collision warning. And then we can go all the way up to our Cadillac product, which would include driver AI for distraction and using cell phone, things of that nature as well. So you get instant alerts in the cab with audible notifications to the driver in plain English, as well as alerts on the administrative side, on-demand video playback immediately when those events occur. Let's kind of cover these. So feature, event detection. So we're going to automatically identify those risky behaviors through the camera and the events that occur. And then we're going to have that in-cab coaching to the drivers so they get immediate feedback on what is happening. Unlike other vendors that just get an audible beep or notification in the cab, we're actually telling them exactly what event occurred, whether it's a hard brake, a hard turn, so that they're aware very quickly of any behaviors. So it goes into the broad set of harsh driving triggers that I mentioned earlier, from the driver safety events to the ADAS events to the driver in-cab events as well. This is tied back into our scoring. So not only we're providing this in real time for you guys from a video perspective, it's also affecting how drivers are scored, so you can have a broader, holistic overview of your fleet and address that driver coaching administratively as well. And then to help you manage by exception, be proactive, real-time alert basis through email or text for any of these events that we trigger with our AI dash cams. All right, what makes this a little bit different here? Let me get these loaded up. All right. Edge versus cloud processing. So what we do at GPS Track It is edge processing. So we are taking data samples 30 times every second with real-time decisions in the cab through our processor for those audible triggers. Whereas a lot of our competition, what they're doing is this cloud processing. So an event occurs, it goes up into an AI cloud processor or kind of a thumbs up, thumb down scenario, and then it's relaying that driver, that information back to the driver. So what occurs then is just some latency. with those events and missed video. So based on some of the stats we've seen, you can lose up to 90% of pertinent events by a cloud-based processing versus edge processing. So it's the way we do it differently to make sure that you guys get the information you need immediately. All right. So this is a kind of an example of some of the things we do from the driver side of things. So drowsiness and fatigue, distraction, are you wearing your seatbelt? Advancing into recognition of enrolled drivers for driver assignment automatically to the vehicle, whether they're holding their phone, whether they're smoking, so on and so forth. So these are some of the higher level AI events that we can produce in cab with our DMS. It's a highly advanced sensor. And what's really nice about that sensor is once it's calibrated the first time, it continues to learn and adapt and grow with your driver as well, so that our accuracy can continue to improve in cab. There's another stat there of 71% of large crashes are caused by distracted drivers. We kind of covered that earlier as well. It's a big part of the prevention angle here for your business. All right. Second P here is protection. So when an event occurs, when it happens, what we offer here is that proof and protection of who is at fault. So this is where we start getting heavily into the false claims and fraudulent claims. You guys owning trucking businesses are a driving billboard for this. And coming up here, we'll kind of discuss a case study we had with a larger beer distributor down in Florida. All right, so that proof angle. So a larger beer distributor down in Florida, 2 weeks after getting our dash cam solution, which is good, is really good timing, depending on how you look at it. So what happened here was a driver claimed the beer truck merged into him, but there were no witnesses. This was a he said, she said type thing, kind of on a more remote highway in Florida. What really occurred is the motor vehicle driver, the small sedan driver, tried to pass the larger beer distribution truck on the shoulder, lost control on the shoulder, came sliding and slammed into the front side of that beer distribution truck. So immediately we have the trigger, we have an alert, we have the video captured, and it proved that the driver lost control when trying to illegally pass on the shoulder. And the savings from that specific incident, again, we spoke earlier about potentially up to $200,000 for injuries and incidents with a Class 7, Class 8 vehicle. That essentially paid for the entire solution of about 150 truck fleet, just by having that video proof of that incident. So that's real life, real evidence from one of our clients right after they signed up with us. Again, this is, we're on a protective insurance, presentation here. Cameras are really an insurance policy for when bad things happen, so that you have the proper proof of who is at fault. Little picture of our device here, very high res streaming over our platform, extremely HD quality picture. And again, what we discussed earlier, really capturing what matters with the broad array of event triggers we have for our solution. Some quick snapshots of the platform. So this is all accessible via our web-based solution. We also have mobile app access for you guys as well. So live view from our mapping solution, and then a separate video folder that holds all the videos that we have triggered and downloaded back to our system. Amit asked me a great question earlier. How do we hold on to these, and what is actually in the cloud? So I want to kind of cover that real quick with everybody. Any video that's automatically triggered through one of our automated events is stored in the cloud indefinitely, available on our platform as long as you're a client of GPS Track It. We don't expire those videos. We can favorite them. We can do a soft delete on those videos for you. And then we also have a fetch capability for the solution as well. So in the event it's a non-triggering event, you get a call in from somebody that says your vehicle ran them off the road or they did this or that. Typically, we have between a week to 2 weeks of video stored on the SD card that you can go back and fetch if it's a non-triggering event. So you still have that option. You can also remove the SD card, and it'll have anywhere from 40 up to 80 hours of recorded footage if you need that from a claims perspective as well. All right, and then our final P here is the performance angle. Load these up. All right. So another stat here for you guys. Video telematics users see up to 68% reduction in accident costs. And the performance angle of this is we want to improve your driver's performance to limit the risky behaviors, to create that risk mitigation that guys like Protective are looking for. Seeing costs up to 15 to 30% through idle time reduction with our solution as well, lowering maintenance costs. These are some of the other ticketed items that we see fleets really looking for alongside the video telematics. What we're here today to do, lower insurance costs depending on underwriting, and then help grow your business with our expandable hardware and our solutions that we offer. And ours is a simple all-in-one solution, guys. This is a full end-to-end telematics solution for GPS tracking as well as video telematics for that prevention, proof, and performance angle, as well as asset tracking solutions as well for Class 8 vehicles, for trailers and things of that nature. And then just to highlight those things again, from a prevention perspective, from a protection perspective, and from a performance perspective, GPS tracking can bring all three of those things to the table through our solution. For you guys in particular, it starts with the drivers. It starts with how they operate the vehicles. It starts with a psychological change in how they operate your vehicles. And that's that big prevention piece. Back to that protection piece. This is all about protecting your liabilities, the risk mitigation factor that comes into play with these video solutions, so that you have the proof you need when an incident occurs for fast resolution of those things. And then the performance angle. Again, just improving the performance of your drivers will create a safer overall fleet and improve your reputation in the community and out on the road. So that is what I have today for everyone.